Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video, we're going to be going over the top teams for the Orson boss and the best Mythic plus charms that you should be crafting to max out your score today. The first thing to mention is that twins are used in all the teams I'm going to show today. However, they will work at lower ascension, even one copy. So my recommendation is if you don't even have one copy of the twins, use your Glorious Hero chest, get one copy. It is going to help you a lot in Endless Dream Realm and they're really a usable option. Okay. Now, the first thing to mention is charms. There are two key players today, Ludovic and Shakir. If you have Shakir at plus 10 exclusive equipment, get his Mystic charms. That is a major priority. And Ludovic, if you haven't built up, get his insight charms, which give him skill power. That is going to increase his damage substantially. Those are the two big ones. The other two, which you want to do, is the sorcery charms on the twins. That is basically the third priority. That is going to increase the damage output in this boss. And then number 4 would be the recovering or the sorcery charms onto Smokey to increase the attack buff he provides for his team. Those are the big 4 heroes. And then finally, Freyasto with the sorcery charms. However, that is not going to increase your damage by that much. So just keep that in mind. So first of all, I'm going to show you guys the best no Ludovic team. If you don't have Ludovic built, it can get up to 88 or 89 billion damage. And this is going to be the formation as you guys see here. You're going to need to have Shakir at plus 10 exclusive equipment or higher and one copy or higher of the twins. This was one of the best teams in the previous week. However, now that Ludovic has become so dominant, all of the top teams are using Ludovic, but this is an option if you don't have Ludovic built. So I wanted to show you guys this. And by not having Ludovic built, I mean like maybe you don't even have Mythic plus Ludovic yet, and then his stats are probably going to be too low to make him a good option. Then you can run a team like this. It may be your best choice. And even, you know, if you don't have Ludovic Insight Charms yet, this team may be better for you. So it is also related to do you have those charms upgraded or not. But when you have a Ludovic built and you have his Insight Charms, there's no competition. The Ludovic teams are far outperforming the non-Ludovic teams, like by a huge amount. But here's the replay. And I did some other testing. You guys may have noticed that we have like 4 runs left, and then the gold refresh runs. I did some testing trying to figure out a team that has 0 copies of the twins. I couldn't find one that was going to get a good positioning, and so I kind of gave up on it, and I just said, just get 1 copy of the twins. It is going to be, you're going to be able to run these teams. So, and just an overall point of recommendation is if you don't already have 1 copy of twins, really do make that a priority. It is going to be like the biggest value you can get from just a single copy. Like no other hero works so well as 1 copy of twins do. They even in the top like performing endless teams that you are able to put together. Okay guys, the next team I want to show you is going to be if you don't have Shakir built. So like if you don't have Shakir at plus 10 exclusive equipment, then this is probably going to be the best team option for you. It is going to be main Fresto in front of Lila pink-haired, Illusion in front of Velka, Elijah blue-haired in the front, and Ludovic and Velka will both be on the Stellar Bond with Smokey. We managed to get 96.5 billion damage. There is room for an even higher score. And Orson is a high RNG boss. You're going to have to do multiple runs in order to get your top score. So whichever team you pick, just keep that in mind and try to do 10 runs ideally for that team. Now, in this team, it will be important, of course, for you to have Ludovic Insight Charms. Those are the number 1 priority. Number 2 priority would be the twins, Sorcery or Eagle Charms. Both of them basically are going to give haste, the maximum haste buff when they cast their ultimate. Because both of them give ultimate power to Elijah and Lila. And that is going to cause their ultimate cast to give 76 haste to all allies instead of 60 haste, and that is going to reduce the cooldowns of all of your heroes, but most importantly of Lifeweaver's Bloom skill of Ludovic, which is going to deal its HP per second damage, and so he'll be able to stack it more. So that's 96.5 billion damage, which is not bad, and it can do even higher than that. Okay, so those are the more budget teams. Now, the overall top team of today is just Silver Thang team, and you can run this even if you have plus 10 exclusive equipment of Shakir or above. It will work. Ludovic, you just want him to be built decently and have the Insight Charms onto him and have the Mystic Charms onto Shakir. You can do one copy of the twins. It will be fine. Main Fresco in front of the Shakir, Illusion in front of the Lila pink-haired, and Smokey on the Stellar Bond with the Harmonic Spell. This is an amazing team, and it will work even with one copy of the twins. However, there's going to be a lot of RNG to it. One other thing to mention is that there... so let's just watch the run first of all. So Shakir is going to end up in the perfect position. Like, look at this. He's buffing up everyone on the team. Most importantly, he's buffing up the Ludovic. And with all of these bodies and his Mystic Charms, his attack buff from his Lupine's Aura is actually 69%. We calculated it yesterday. Like, 6 times 11.5. Which is crazy. Like, to have that much attack buff onto your entire team, combined with like the Harmonic Spell, which is giving another 45% increased attack to all of your allies, and then Smokey's buff, that's 24% attack to all of your allies. It's just insane how much, and then Stellar Bond as well for some of the heroes here. It's crazy. Now, the great thing also about the twins is they're making the heroes unaffected, which is going to allow the Fresco not to be thrown back, and he can continuously get off his damage. 5 seconds left. So the highest score of today, we're getting close. 132 billion damage is a solid score. I think we got really good RNG here because the top of today I've seen is 133 billion damage. We're going to try to go for it. And oh wow, there's 133.8 billion on my server, which is crazy. They're definitely running the top team with the optimal charms. We're going to have, yeah, our work is cut out for us to try and beat that. But in order to beat that, you're going to need optimal charms on all 5 heroes, really. And that is going to be sorcery charms onto Fresco, but that is the lowest priority. Mystic charms onto Shakir. I can just show it to you, actually. Mystic onto Shakir. And then we have Ludovic, Insight Charms. And then we have Elijah and Lila, sorcery charms. But Eagle Charms can also work because it gives them ultimate power, which is all they need. Fresco, sorcery charms. And Smokey, recovering or the sorcery charms. Both are pretty much equivalent. They both give skill power, which is needed. Now, one final thing to mention is there's a mirrored version of Silver, because for some people, this mirrored version is doing better. Like, they've tried, someone mentioned they've done 6 runs of the regular team we just showed you, but then they did this mirrored run, and on the first run, they got a good score. So if for whatever reason that comp is not working for you, try just doing the mirrored version, which is just exactly as the name implies, is just taking a symmetrical image of the previous formation, and just basically swapping the sides. Okay, but we're going to keep running the... Oh, we can do one run of this. Why not? Let's do one run of this just to see how it is going to turn out. It should work in a pretty similar way. And the way you know if your team is working is your Shakir should be buffing up all allies, which he is here. He's within 2 tiles of every single ally on the field. Then number 2 is you need to have the twins cycling fast enough so that the Frescos are not being able to be thrown back, because look, they're unaffected and they can continuously get off their damage, and that is why the twins are so important over here. Yeah, so when you look at this, you can tell that the team is basically performing at its maximum potential, and now it will just come down to RNG, your timing of all of your abilities, and your additional damage, which is your non-HP per second damage, how much that is able to contribute, and that is basically it. But this is a good option I wanted to include, that you can always try mirrored version of comp. Sometimes that will make a difference for some people. Okay, so this got a little bit lower for me, but it could be within the realm of RNG. Okay, so we have exactly 10 runs left. We're going to be going for the 133 billion. Hopefully we can hit it. Things are in our favor. However, the people with the maximum level today is 815 in Dream Realm. Oh, I just wanted to skip runs. It is 815 level, so that would be 2 levels higher than we have here. But that shouldn't really make that much of a difference. Those 2 levels, especially because it's not like at a break point, like it's not like 821, like that extra level ending in 1. So it probably just comes down to RNG and your charms. But people have been doing apparently the best for sorcery charms on the Fresco, but it looks really close. Like, even people without the sorcery charms on Fresco are getting good scores, so it isn't that important for you to get his charms. But for the most part, for most bosses, especially in the previous season, the sorcery charms on Fresco generally would get a little bit of a higher score. However, there is also a drawback, and sometimes you will have to break the set the sorcery charm set on the Fresto, because sometimes it is actually going to be causing you to get a lower score. Like I think in Crystal Beetle specifically, usually that is what happens. But basically, don't worry really about the Fresto charms. Oh, there we go. Okay, we hit the RNG, definitely, because not only did we get 133, but we got a high 133, because that is going to put us in the rank 1 position, which means we got 133 point, almost 9 billion damage. That is crazy. That is crazy. I wonder, is 134 billion damage possible today? I want to see that magic number. And that was the cool thing. Yesterday, I was talking about the magic number for Crystal Beetle being 150 billion. Because we hit 148, and someone messaged me saying they hit 150 billion, which is crazy. Yeah, RNG definitely plays somewhat of a role, but yeah, I'm really happy with that 133 billion, almost 134 billion. Overall, hopefully by using these teams, you're able to get a top score today. Again, just you can use one copy of the twins, it will work, and if you don't already have one copy of the twins, definitely invest into it, because it will be useful for a lot of endless bosses. They are the one copy wonder hero. Of course, they are at maximum potential as Supreme Plus. However, even at one copy, they're going to allow you to get better scores than if you're not running them at all. So thank you guys for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please smash that subscribe button. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. Let's hit it before the end of the season. Thank you guys for the support. Also, feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server to chat with me more. There's a link to that in the description of this video. But thank you for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.